You know, Fridays are normally a pretty slow day for gaming news. I usually just hop on the game because there's not much to talk about. But yesterday, some news broke towards the end of my stream. I said I'm saving this for tomorrow. And this news involves a group of gamers in the gaming space known as ball and gun gamers. If the game doesn't have a ball or a gun, they're not playing it. They're just too cool. But then they love to sit on the internet and talk about how gaming is dead. Now there's three things, if you're not familiar with the ball and gun gamer, there's three things you can spot easily. If you want to spot a ball and gun gamer, there's three things that they're usually doing. And that's being loud, wrong, and playing some type of shitty live service game. Whether that's 2K Madden, Call of Duty, Fortnite, FIFA. And in the ball and gun gamer community, when they're not being loud and wrong and playing ball and gun games, they're on their D's, sucking dick, praising the ball and gun gamer Jesus. To them, to ball and gun gamers, this game is the Mona Lisa of ball and gun games. The Michael Jordan, the Good Kid Mad City, the thriller, oh, it's the thriller of ball and gun games called Grand Theft Auto. When they're not busy heating up a hamburger on their PS4 playing Grand Theft Auto 5, they're waiting patiently for Grand Theft Auto 6. These are the gamers who say, I don't see a reason to buy next-gen gaming. These are the gamers who say, I don't see a difference in the next gen. And then wonder why developers don't use the full power of current-gen consoles because they refuse to upgrade. They're saying, I'll get a job, I'll save up, and move out my mom's basement, finally, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. Now, it was supposed to come out this year, delayed. It was supposed to come out early, mid next year, delayed. Then it got pushed back to summer of next year, delayed. Delayed. It's become a meme now on the internet. We got to see Ja Morant consistently hit a three-pointer before Grand Theft Auto 6. We saw Tupac in Cuba before Grand Theft Auto 6. We saw Trump actually do something good with the economy before Grand Theft Auto 6. And I'm here to let you guys know it's only gonna get worse for the ball and gun gamers who say gaming is dead, even though this has been one of the greatest years in gaming. They now have another reason to act like there's nothing else to play, and then come into my stream, into your group chats, and spread their misery, because misery loves company, guys. If you live under a rock and you missed the news, yesterday, November 6, 2025, was 9/11 for the ball and gun gamers. Because after delay, Take-Two CEO came out and said, we've got another delay. You're gonna have to wait longer to play the pinnacle of ball and gun games. You're gonna have to wait longer to get in that car and drive to the strip club and do the same exact thing you did in Grand Theft Auto 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In a statement released to the press, the CEO at Take-Two said, Rockstar Games will now release Grand Theft Auto 6 on November 19th, 2026, and will remain both excited and confident they will deliver an unrivaled blockbuster entertainment experience. The news broke 5 minutes before I started my stream. The entire stream. Did you see the news? Did you see the news? Did you see the news? And I ruffled a lot of feathers because I told him I don't care about Grand Theft Auto. On a year where Split Fiction came out, The Outer Worlds 2, Expedition 33, Kazaa the First Berserker. I can keep going. Kingdom Come Deliverance, Ninja Gaiden 4, Arc Raiders, Digimon. Why would I care about this game that has not evolved since Grand Theft Auto 3? The only thing that's changed is the graphics got better, the protagonist changed, in the city. But to ball and gun gamers, yeah, Ghost of Yote, to ball and gun gamers, they can't fathom why you don't care about Grand Theft Auto. But as a community, we were able to work past this. I did ruffle some feathers when I said I don't care. I did ruffle some feathers. I said I'm playing Battlefield 6, I don't care. But then the situation got worse because the second tower hit. Later in the evening at 5:16 p.m. on November 6th, 2025, the second tower hit from Poly Market. Breaking news. Rockstar Games employees reveal Grand Theft Auto 6 may further be delayed past November 2026 and move back to 2027 or beyond. 2028, 2029, 2030. I had a nigga in my chat yesterday come in here and said, nigga, I'll be 30 before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. This nigga sounded like his life is over. I said, bro, calm down. You know you're in your peak from 25 to 35. You're in your peak. Relax, bro. He said, I'll be 30. This shit is fucking funny because I said it on this stream. I had a feeling they were going to try to double dip and release you guys forget, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in 2013. It was a PS3, Xbox 360 release, and they kept re-releasing it on the PS4, the PS5, and PC as remasters. And I predicted on this stream months ago, they were gonna do the same exact thing and milk you niggas for every fucking dollar because you won't stop buying the shark cards. So now it's all but confirmed. If it does come out November 2026, which is at the end of the fucking year, that's damn near a 2027 game. They're gonna release it for the 5 and the Xbox Series, and then they're gonna release it in 2028 again as a remastered enhanced edition alongside the PS6. Because for the reminder, PS4 niggas, Sony announced they wanna release the PS6 as early as 2027, the latest 2028. Ball and gun gamers across the globe rallied together on social media to complain, not about that potential $100 price tag, but the fact they have to wait a little bit longer to play the same exact game that they've been playing since Grand Theft fucking Auto 3. Instead of indulging in Battlefield 6, instead of indulging in Silksong, Split Fiction, Ghost of Yote, they need to spin the block on the T Grizzly server. But it gets worse. A tweet goes viral. This woman right here, named Nikki, replies to an old tweet of hers saying, no, I don't. In this original tweet in 2024, she tweeted, I love my job, with a picture of Rockstar North. That's right, this lady is a former Rockstar employee, and that's why she tweeted, no, I don't. She started to leave breadcrumbs on the internet. Why would she no longer like working at Rockstar? What changed? That's when news broke. You guys gotta remember, there's a story going around that Rockstar is union busting. They fired 30 to 45 people this past week because they were trying to form a union for better equal pay, or not equal, but better pay. And they said, get them the fuck out of here, and they all got fired. So now Rockstar is catching a class action lawsuit.
Subscribe to beating Robin's ass into oblivion.
It looks like it was true. Rockstar released a statement saying the reason they got fired is because they were leaking gameplay. Who leaked gameplay? We haven't seen anything in a long time. But what we have seen is protests break outside the London office in Rockstar's headquarters. Not headquarters, but one of their studios. We even have footage of it. Where is it? I saved it. Did I save it? Oh, my fault. Hold up. I thought I saved it. Let me pull it up. Oh, the music's overpowering my voice? My fault. I think I forgot to turn the filter on. I forgot to, damn. Y'all should be able to hear me now. I forgot to turn my filter on. But here it is, a protest broke out. It fucking broke out.
We're here today to take a stand against this decision, against this mistreatment, against this targeted, blatant anti-union busting, and we're asking you to stand with us. They've chosen to try to break up this union because they knew that it was strong.
Now this is a sticky situation because the average ball and gun gamer doesn't care about treating people well. They only care about Grand Theft Auto. But what I will say for Take-Two and Rockstar, this is a PR disaster. Not only have they delayed the second coming of Jesus to the ball and gun gamers, but now they're being accused of firing people for demanding better pay. Mind you, Rockstar is one of the most powerful companies in the world when it comes to gaming. Billions upon billions upon billions. Grand Theft Auto 5 is still one of the best-selling games every year. On top of that, the microtransactions, and they refuse to pay their employees that are slaving away at Grand Theft Auto 6. Game's not coming out. People aren't getting paid. What's going on? What is going on? That's what the gamers are shouting. And it does make me wonder, will the ball and gun gamers be willing to wait a little bit longer for Grand Theft Auto 6 if this means better pay for the employees? Because this could snowball into something bigger, where everybody in the studio walks out and, oh my Lord, if the entire Rockstar studio goes on strike, you niggas is never seeing Grand Theft Auto. We getting Grand Theft Auto 7 before 6. It's a rough week for the ball and gun gamers. It's a rough fucking week. It gets worse. An anonymous Rockstar employee has made a post on the GTA forums with ongoing situations at Rockstar. This has been verified by the Grand Theft Auto forum staff. Hey everyone, employee for many years here. Understandably, I want to remain anonymous due to retaliation from the company, but I may be willing to verify I'm an employee with, hold on, let me download this image. My old ass eyes, I can't read this shit. Hold up, I gotta zoom in on this shit. There we go, here we go. I'm an employee with Spider Vice, and I'm also a member of the union. I've been reading a lot of the discussion on here and elsewhere about the firing of more than 34 of my colleagues last week, and I've seen a lot of disinformation and lies that are really concerning. Particularly concerning how many folks are willing to believe the company's excuses. He said they lying! They're lying! Last week, my colleagues who were in the studio, each individually messaged by HR for a short friendly meeting under the friendly guise of, hey, are you free for a quick chat?
Every time someone donates a super chat.
Upon attending this meeting, they were handed an envelope with a short letter stating that their employment had been terminated for gross misconduct. That's what Rockstar claimed. It wasn't about pay. It was gross misconduct, which is very vague. They weren't being specific. They didn't say if it was sexual harassment, bullying, being late to work. They failed to provide any evidence when asked, nor was any stated in the letter. And they did not divulge any other information or reasoning. They refused their right to union representation in the disciplinary meeting. For colleagues who were not in the studio that day, they received a phone call from HR that lasted less than 2 minutes, telling them they were fired and that they received the same letter as above. I am aware of one of the employees who had a panic attack at this moment, and HR hung up on them during this panic attack, not caring about their well-being. These colleagues of mine were hard workers who spent many of their years in critical roles. with colleagues who had been there more than 18 years, and none of them have had a disciplinary action at the time. They are not easily replaced and will certainly affect us in making our project deadlines. These are very senior artists, animators, QA testers, designers, programmers, and producers. This includes leads, all super talented people who were proud of their work over at Rockstar, and they all wanted the best for Rockstar and their fellow colleagues. Some of these members were off sick. These niggas was sick, recovering from surgery, or on paternity leave. They're claiming you're not allowed to have a baby at Rockstar. You better get back to making Grand Theft Auto 6, nigga. They were fired without pay, losing their careers and putting them into hardship, leading up to Christmas and even potentially losing their visas to work in the UK. Let me be clear. I never saw any discussion or leaking of Rockstar projects in the Union Discord, which is what Rockstar claimed. The only ever discussion was around forming a union. The Discord wasn't public. It was a private Discord group that only contained Rockstar employees and union officials. This was union busting and nothing else. Everyone fired was a union member. They were also predominantly from those who were in the union organizing communities of each UK studio. Just 1 week before the union reached 200 members, taking us over the 10% threshold required to seek recognition and begin engaging in collective bargaining, meaning they almost reached full power, allowing us to negotiate directly with the management on the key issues that affect us, worsening crunch, inadequate pay, and inflexible working arrangements. They have us fired over 34 of us now. There were over 250 of us in the union. They're in fear that if we get away with this, they have nothing stopping them from doing this again and again. Those of us who are lucky and remain for now work in fear. Fearful when talking to each other over a cup of tea. Fearful that we're next in line and are easily can be getting rid of. Too scared to go outside the studio and talk to or even acknowledge our colleagues outside protesting in fear of having retaliation. Morale in the studio is at rock bottom. We should be excited about what's to come over the next year. We are now totally deflated and our trust and confidence in others is totally shot. You get the gist of it. This is crazy. And after reading this heartfelt letter, I can't help but wonder, does the ball and gun gamer care? I mean, there's no evidence on either side, so I gotta take it with a grain of salt to be fair. But what I will say, I'm gonna act like it's true for a moment. If this comes out to be true, and they are shitting on the employees on top of not paying them, mind you, this is a multi-billion-dollar company, one of the richest in the gaming industry, the world. Does the ball and gun gamer care? That's what I wonder, because this is a bigger issue. Because keep in mind, ball and gun gamer, I know you want to do a mission for Vanavici on the south side of Miami. I know you want to rob somebody for $2,000 and put in some cheat codes and fight the police to 5 stars until a tank and a helicopter come out. I know you want to do it for the 1,000th time in a row on a T-Grizzly server. But I have to remind you, this is a human rights issue. Before the missions with Vanavici and the Haitians and the Zopounds, you have to ask, is it really worth it? Because at the end of the day, you wouldn't be able to be a drug runner for Vanavici and the Zos if it wasn't for the people making the fucking game. Just some food for thought. Now, personally, I don't give a fuck about this game. I'm not saying I won't play it, just not as gung-ho about it. So for me, if them forming a union and getting paid better means the game gets delayed further, I don't care. And I'm gonna take it a step further for the ball and gun gamers who refuse to critically think. Think about your broke ass bitch ass life right now. and how much happier you would be if you had more money in your pocket. Think about how much more efficient you would be in the workplace if you had more PTO, more money in your pocket, and better health benefits. Your ass would be coming to work, clocking in with the most joyous attitude. These niggas gave me a raise. They gave me deductibles, a 401k. The point I'm trying to make is put yourself in their shoes, but also you benefit from it. Because if you pay the people the money they're owed for the thing that you love, it will in turn make a better product. If you pay the developers, I argue Grand Theft Auto 6 will be even better, because the developers who are locked in that cage 24 hours a day, making sure you can spin the block for Vana Vici, will make that experience even better. So before you guys hop on the internet and say, oh my God, I don't want to, well, you're gonna be fine. It's a fucking video game. I'm just putting some food for thought out there. Now, also to be fair, I'm gonna go to the other side of the spectrum. Because to be fair to Rockstar, none of this is confirmed. This is a random anonymous post of somebody saying they worked at Rockstar, and the forum said they confirmed it, but nigga, who runs the forum? We don't know. I came across this tweet that gave a different side of the story. According to Reese, I don't know who this is. It's part of Game Developer Interviewer. He says, one, the union layoffs in the UK and the delay are not related. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit because I'm not gonna lie, this shit's getting on my nerves. There are 6,000 employees working at Rockstar, and you aren't delaying a game over 35 people getting laid off. That's not how things work. Not to mention Rockstar developers were telling me about a delay well before the union layoffs. 2, Rockstar is extremely compartmentalized. I can't pronounce that shit. A huge number of the staff don't even know what's in a lot of the game because they only are exposed to a certain chunk of work that they're assigned to. This is done because the game is so large in scope and also for security reasons, aka leaks. But that's also crazy too, because these people have been slaving away at this game for years, and most of them don't know what the game is about as a whole. They only know what they worked on. That's actually crazy to think about. 3, I've seen apparently some insiders saying it's being delayed till 2027 and the game is in a messy state. I highly doubt this, and no one I've spoken to has corroborated it. To be fair, why would Rockstar say it? Why would Rockstar come out in the public and be like, yeah, our game's in a terrible state? They're not gonna do that. The game's content is complete. All the work from here on out is optimizing the hell out of it and making sure all the systems work to prevent a cyberpunk scenario. I hope that's true. And then 4, leaks from a former Rockstar employee has said that the morale is low, and no doubt that is the case in Edinburgh, but that doesn't translate to all of Rockstar. Bangalore, for an example, operates completely differently and has different culture than Edinburgh. Translation: this might be a half-truth, and maybe they spoke a little bit too much for everybody else. It sounds to me like what they're saying is going on in the UK studios of Rockstar might be true, but everywhere else it might not be, because the game is broken into so many different chunks and it doesn't come together fully until it's ready to be released, meaning these other studios in other countries and cities and states and whatever, they might have a different morale in the studio. But that being said, all I can say is do not be, whatever turns out to be true, because I'm trying to be fair about covering this. To all my ball and gun gamers out there who believe Grand Theft Auto 6 is the Jesus of gaming, do not be surprised if this gets pushed back to 2027. I'm not gonna lie, it was supposed to come out in the summer, then you pushed it to November. I'd argue they might as well just push it out to February of 2027. Don't be surprised if it goes to 2028. You have to be prepared. And by prepared, I mean play some more Call of Duty, play some more 2K, some more Fortnite, and some more GTA 5. I know it's hard, but I need y'all to hold on just a little bit longer. I need you to do one last drive on the T Grizzly servers. Some late night tunes. Just relax. Hit the studio on the T Grizzly servers. I heard they doing a mixtape or something like that. And keep paying that $20 a month to be on the T Grizzly servers. Just a little bit longer. Because we don't know what's going on with Grand Theft Auto. This story is still developing. As you saw the footage, they are out there actually protesting. So I do think that there is some truth to this story. And you know the crazy part about all this Grand Theft Auto news? Yeah, just a little bit more Madden. The crazy thing about this Grand Theft Auto news is word on the street is it might affect Xbox too. Oh, no. The gaming world is reeling from the announcement that Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed to November of 2026. And the latest GTA delay could have repercussions for a host of other games. Rockstar announced that GTA 6 would be delayed November 19th, almost 6 months on from the previously stated May release, extending the long wait for the latest entry in the beloved series. While gamers around the world are expressing concerns that this still might not be the final release date, developers across the globe will also have to deal with a major reshuffle in the calendar, and it could be Microsoft that's impacted the most. Translation. You guys remember earlier in the year when we thought that Grand Theft Auto 6 could potentially come out, and there was a there was like a list of 30 to 40 AAA releases that were supposed to come out this year, but none of them had a release date. They only had an estimated release date. And the reports that were coming out is the reason they didn't have a definitive release date is because all the publishers and studios were waiting to see when Rockstar would release Grand Theft Auto 6, because they knew once Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, all ball and gun gamers they weren't gonna buy anything else anyway. But they for damn sure were not going to buy anything else. So they knew to get the fuck out the way. They wanted to give Grand Theft Auto some space, respect the juggernaut. You feel me?
If it gets delayed beyond
An object in motion stays in motion. Unless it's Zion Williamson. He get a bowl of gumbo, he can't stop. He's just going to sit there. But that's not the point. It looks like we might see a repeat this year, going into 2026. Meaning all the big games that are supposed to come out in 2026, well, not all, but some of them might get pushed back because we don't know when Grand Theft Auto 6, they said November, but I'm gonna be honest, this is like what, the third or fourth delay? Does anybody actually believe, we're at a point, I feel like, where people no longer trust what Rockstar has to say. So let's keep reading. As pointed out by IGN, Microsoft has some major releases that are likely to drop in fall of 2026, including Halo Campaign Evolved, which brings the franchise to PlayStation, Gears of War E-Day, Fable, and the 2026 installment of Call of Duty. The only games I care about out of this list is probably Gears of War E-Day and Fable. Though the fall 2026 window is spread out and has several months to release titles, it's also one of the busiest periods for gaming, with the host of regular annual releases deploying in that period, including the likes of EA Sports Madden and EA FC. Adding GTA 6 to the mix could cause problems, as no developers want to go head-to-head with one of the biggest game releases of all time, as it would almost certainly impact sales. Not only would it impact sales, it would impact conversation. I think that's going to be the most annoying thing. As someone who loves gaming as a whole, the culture. It's not that like other people love this. I'm not gonna you guys are allowed to like what you like. I think the most annoying thing is for people who don't really care about Grand Theft Auto and want to continue to talk about the culture as a whole. That shit's gonna be annoying when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. Because Gears of War E-Day could be fucking amazing, mind-blowing. And if it comes out the same month as Grand Theft Auto and I want to talk about it, niggas gonna be like, oh, you trying to be different. Look at this nigga talking about Gears of War E-Day. Who give a fuck about General Ram, nigga? You talking about Grand Theft Auto, nigga? We in Vice City, but, nigga. T Grizzly server. It's gonna be that for every fucking game. It's not just gonna be the sale. Why you talking about that shit, bro? A Souls game? Bro, get on real niggas play Grand Theft Auto. When I work my 14-hour shift at Subway, at Arby's, I come home and I spin on fucking Grand Theft Auto. So when I put a stream up, I wanna hear you talk about Grand Theft Auto. Like, goddamn, bro, there's other stuff that came out, my bad. So it's just gonna be annoying across the fucking board for people who are not as gung-ho about the situation. Man, I feel for the industry, man. I feel for the industry. Grand Theft Auto 6 is the big bad bully. And that's a double entendre, by the way. Is the big bad bully in a sense that they not paying their employees allegedly, but also they're bullying a lot of games out of their slot, man. And this is how I'm gonna end this conversation. Just some food for thought. Let's do a recap. The game has been delayed again. The employees are protesting due to a lack of pay and benefits. Games potentially are going to be delayed because now Grand Theft Auto 6 most likely is going into 2027. It has a big gravitational pull, and I have to ask the question. This is not just for the ball and gun gamers who can't put down the energy drinks and the rhino pills, the blue chews, the parlays. I have to ask the question, with all this drama surrounding this game, do we think it's gonna be worth it? And what I mean is I have no doubt, I'm gonna be 100% fair. I have no doubt in my mind that Grand Theft Auto 6 at bare minimum is gonna be a good game. And when I say a good game, I mean at least a 7 out of 10, a 7, 8. I have no doubt in my mind. I believe Rockstar knows they need to stick this landing, but that's a good game, 7, 8. My question is, with all of this drama, we've been waiting almost 15 years for this game. Do we think it's gonna stick the landing of a 9 or higher? Is it worth it? Because I'm not gonna lie, and you could clip this. When this game comes out, if it doesn't stick that landing and it's a generational game where it's getting nothing but 9s and 10s, shit, a 9.5, nigga, or higher, I am going to present the conversation. Is Grand Theft Auto detrimental to the industry? They don't pay their employees. They're not innovating. I stand on that. Grand Theft Auto is still popular because you niggas is too pussy to gangbang in real life, so you do it on the fucking game. Bunch of keyboard crips and broadband bloods. Y'all are keeping them servers alive. Niggas who failed at rapping, y'all in the studio on the T Grizzly server. Nothing is too big to fail. I cannot stress that enough. Never say never. That's what Justin Bieber said. Let's not forget what happened with Kingdom Hearts 3. You said, bro, thank you. I am going to circle back on this conversation. And I'm going to ask, if it didn't get 9s and 10s across the board, was it worth it? Delay after delay after delay, people not getting paid, not being, because I can't stress this enough. The people not getting paid, that means people can't feed their families. In that post, he said they got fired right before Christmas. Niggas can't get gifts for their kids. They can't get the turkey. The fucking turkey. Santa's not coming. Is it worth it on a human level? Because I cannot stress this enough. What we are talking about are video games. And that's the argument I want to present to the ball and gun gamers. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I know it's going to be a rough week or two, but you guys will get over it. In about a week or two, you'll pick your head back up, as well as Madden and 2K and Fortnite and FIFA, alongside some shark cards, some Madden, My Team cards, some VC, and you'll get back to doing what you do until inevitably Grand Theft Auto gets delayed again. He said DoorDash. That's funny. That's funny. You think them niggas got jobs? You think niggas on the T Grizzly server got jobs? Niggas on the T Grizzly server steal their mama credit card, bro. They steal their granny credit card when she sleep. You sliding their hand into her fucking purse and shit, charging that shit every fucking month just so they can hang out with washed up rappers and shit. Virtually gangbanging. Yeah, Klarna DoorDash. That's some cutthroat shit. But yeah, just some food for thought. Just some food for thought. You know, I have my personal opinions, my agendas to push, but I also tried to be fair. when I shared this story and give both sides of the spectrum. And I hope people at least hear out what I have to say. Because I feel like the one thing that I've noticed that bothers me about this, not to get on my soapbox, but I am. I think the thing that bothers me about this story that I've noticed about Grand Theft Auto 6 and the delay yesterday is like I just feel like nobody's thinking about the bigger picture. You got a studio that's let's see. Take-Two Interactive. So Take-Two Interactive, their stock sell for 232 per share. That's per share. Take-Two Interactive net worth. Let me see. So you got a company that's just as rich as EA. This is one of the richest companies in gaming. Take-Two Interactive, which is the company that owns Rockstar. You got a company that's worth $50 billion. And they have studios across several nations. That's how you know they have money. You have a studio, you have a publisher that has a studio, an umbrella of studios that spans across several cities, states, as well as countries. Yeah, they own 2K as well. This is one of the richest companies in the world. And I think what bothers me about the GTA delay is I only see people reacting about it from a selfish standpoint. Oh man, I can't play GTA. And I'm like, well, what about your fellow human being? Yeah, I'm getting on my soapbox here, guys. Let's see, average game dev salary. See, the average game dev salary in the United States is $116,000 with a typical range between 71. So the starting is like 70,000 to 150,000. Now that might sound like a lot of money, but you have to keep in mind that's not, because most of these game studios are based in California or they're based in other states or cities where it has a high income. So like it might seem like it's a lot of money, but it's not. Then also you have to keep in mind that not only are they not making a lot of money in terms of their cost of living, these game studio devs, they are slaving away at these games. I know you guys have heard of the term game crunch, like at the end of like the lifespan of a development of a game. This is a real thing. As somebody who's I've been to multiple EA studios. I've been invited. I've seen Epic Game Studio in North Carolina. For those who have never been in an actual AAA gaming studio, these are college campuses. That's how big they are. At EA Tiburon, I believe EA Tiburon was in Vancouver, Canada. They had a soccer field and it was nice. And they had a basketball court in that bitch. They had weight rooms. Epic Games too. They had weight rooms. They had showers. They had arcades. They have a whole kitchen. These are, I feel like people, when they think of these game studios, they think of the people just walking in a room working on computers. Yeah, that's a section of it. But these things are college campus levels. Yeah, Tiburon is elite. That's how much money they're making. And that stuff is nice, but you have to keep in mind, these game developers don't get to see their fucking families almost year round for $70,000 to be living paycheck to paycheck because they have to be in a nice city. Vancouver's expensive. LA's expensive. San Francisco's expensive. Austin is expensive. These are where a lot of these game studios are. And they are making a game that's generating, Seattle, expensive. That's where Microsoft, that's where these game studios are. So the cost of living is really high in comparison to what they're getting, and they're not getting raises. And all these people are asking is, hey, could you pay us a little bit more? Because we know we're about to generate $1 gazillion. I have no doubt in my mind, Grand Theft Auto 6 might be the largest launch of any piece of media. I mean, any piece of media in the last 20 years. Movies, books, video games, everything else in between. It's going to generate fucking money. And you can't pay these niggas $250K or something like that.
I'm going to Snapchat Sonic.
Meanwhile, you got the CEO of EA who makes $30 million a year. The CEO of Bungie had 25 sports cars because he was making so much money. I keep trying to preach this shit to you people and y'all not listening. One of the biggest problems in the world, fuck this gaming shit, is capitalism. And me personally, I am okay with Grand Theft Auto 6 being delayed if that means a nigga can feed his family for the thing I love. I'm off my soapbox. I hope y'all heard me. Because niggas, what are we going to do without Grand Theft Auto? Get a job. That's what you're going to do. Go outside. You'll be okay. That's the point I wanted to make. Corporate greed is killing everything, bruh. Think about your fellow man, bruh. Anyways, I'm off my high horse for a moment. I hope y'all heard me. And I'm gonna keep preaching that shit. Nah, but I don't care about that. And that's politics, bro. There's no talking about the politics shit, TBH, bro. And you know the worst part is too? Lost in the shuffle of the hoopla of Grand Theft Auto 6, another game was delayed. Marvel's 1943, Rise of Hydra. You remember the game that got announced? It's supposed to be a game where you play as Captain America and Black Panther, T'Challa's grandpa in the 40s, taking down Nazis on a secret mission. This one got delayed. It seems that the delay saga this week isn't over yet. Here comes another delay. Marvel's 1943 Rise of Hydra, the action-adventure title set in World War II with Captain America and Black Panther, is no longer targeting its previously stated early 2026 launch window and currently has no release date. According to an official statement shared on Skydance Games social media, the developers explained their goal is to deliver an unforgettable premium game that honors its characters and its worlds, meaning the release date has to be pushed back. To fully realize our vision of 1943 Rise of Hydra, we've made the decision to shift our release window to beyond early 2026. Ugh. They said beyond early. That means we don't know when this shit coming out. And then with Grand Theft Auto 6 being in 2026, they probably looking like, However, the studio didn't provide a release date target, which means the game currently has no launch window. Although that may be worrying for some players, it may mean that the developers are only trying to be cautious with the project, since deals with the major brand like Marvel that already has thousands of fans around the world. At the end of the message, Skydance also thanked fans who are excited for Rise of Hydra for their patience and continued support, assuring that more updates on the game will be shared soon. You know, the crazy part is it's disappointing because I was looking forward to this game. Graphically, the little cutscene they showed looked really good, but we haven't seen any gameplay. To me, this is not a real game. We haven't seen any gameplay, so like I'm not too sad about it. But what I will say is I feel like they announced this game like 2 years ago and we still haven't seen shit. Not only have we not seen shit, they haven't even released an article stating what kind of game. I don't know what kind of game this is. That's a problem. Is this an action adventure third person platformer? Is it a hardcore RPG? Is it a hardcore action RPG like The Witcher? Is it a turn-based game like Baldur's Gate 3? Is it a first person shooter? Is it a co-op game? What the fuck is this game? I feel like they could have at least did that to soften the blow of the delay. You know, we decided we're going to delay the time. We're going to delay the game. But to soften the blow, we want to share a few details about the game to let you know that it is real. And it's this type of game or whatever. Like, I don't know what the fuck this shit is, bro. I'm questioning whether it's even a game at this point. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, is this a game? All they've shown is a cutscene. Where's that Blade game at? I feel like we won't see Blade until Bethesda's ready to show it, especially because they took an L with Starfield. Not financially, but they took an L. They took a critical L. Like, people weren't fucking with it. A perception L. And then they really took an L with Redfall. So I think people are not. I think Bethesda is aware. That Fallout TV show saved Bethesda. I think Bethesda is aware that they're kind of on thin ice with gamers. And I think they're waiting to show their cards so they feel like Blade is really ready to be shown before they show it. And I think that's how they should do it. Like, I love the way that they revealed Fallout 4. I don't know if you guys remember that. When they revealed Fallout 4, I forgot what year it was. It was at E3, and they said that E3 was in the summer, if you guys remember.
The Sonic rings out that follow button.
They said it's coming out this fall. I said I love when studios do that shit, bro. It'll be out in 3 months. I love that. So like for me, I'm cool. I think it's a real game. I'm gonna trust Bethesda on that. I think it's a real game, but I think they're gonna take the approach of they are not going to show it until it's damn near ready to be released. Because I think people are aware. I think they understand that they're on thin ice with gamers, but also I think they're also aware that people love Blade. And when I say people love Blade, I mean across the board. He's not like a. I feel like people who love Static Shock, it's more people of color. Like Blade is a beloved character across the board, and I think they're aware of that. They're not trying to fuck it up. But anyways, yeah, that shit got delayed. It kind of got lost in the news in case you didn't know, in case you were looking forward to that game. Or until a hacker does them like the Wolverine game. I don't know. I feel like them Bethesda servers might be a little bit harder to get into because they backed by Microsoft in comparison to Insomniac. I don't know. Midnight Suns looked cool to me. That shit was free on Amazon.